the sixth question is, in the camp there is a meal for 120 men or 200 children. If 150 children have taken the meal, how many men will be catered to with remaining meal? So here listen, there is a meal for 120 men or 200 children. So this means what? This means the meal for 200 children will be equal to the meal for 120 men. So by using this, what we are going to do is, we are going to find out the meal for one child. So therefore the meal for one child will be equal to what? This will be equal to the meal for this 120 divided by this 200. So hence the meal for one child will be equal to meal for 120 divided by this 200 men. So now what we are going to do? We are going to find out the meal for 150 children. So this implies the meal for 150 children is equal to. So if we want to find the meal for 150 children, then we have to multiply the meal for one child with 150. So this will be equal to what? This will be equal to this meal for, we have to multiply this value by 150. So this will be equal to meal for 150 into 120 divided by 200 men. Now if we cancel these two values, we get 12 by 20. Again, if we cancel these two values, we get 15 by 2. Now if we divide this 12 by 2, then we will get 6. And 15 into 6 will be equal to what? 90. So therefore this will be equal to meal for 90 men. So therefore we get that meal for 150 children is equal to meal for 90 men. So now what is the question? The question is, if 150 children have taken the meal, how many men will be catered to with the remaining meal? So now listen, we already know that by using the first sentence itself, the total meal available is equal to the meal for 120 men, isn't it? So let us write down this. So here the total meal available is equal to meal for 120 men. So now listen, 150 children have taken their meal, isn't it? So therefore the remaining meal will be equal to what? The remaining meal will be equal to the total meal minus the meal for 150 children. That is, if we subtract the meal that has been taken by the 150 children from the total meal available, then we will get the remaining meal, isn't it? So here we already know that the total meal available is meal for 120 men. So this meal for 120 men minus, that is, instead of this total meal we have substituted its equivalent value, meal for 120 men. And at the same time we know that this meal for 150 children will be equal to meal for 90 men. So instead of this we can substitute meal for 90 men. So here if we subtract meal for 90 men from the meal for 120 men, then what will we get? Then we will get the meal for 30 men. Because 120 minus 90 will be equal to 30. Hence we can cater 30 men with the remaining meal. So what is the required answer? The required answer is 30. So out of these four options, option B, 30 is the required answer.